All right, all right. Welcome to Sheba. Welcome to Sheba Speakeasy. You know why you're here. We're not gonna waste any more of your time. Just make sure you tip your waitresses and laugh your butt off for the number one comedian out here, Sheba.
Oh gosh, that intro guy, how sexy. I'm obsessed with him. How you guys doing? What are we talking about today? Oh, okay, guys. I think this is just for our own safety. We are gonna have to stop leaving white people to their own devices. Okay? It hasn't worked out, right? We have not been doing a good job. It's been crazy. I've just been seeing, I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you white people, but like y'all are not doing enough. You're not. Like if the task were get a Whole Foods in the middle of Baltimore City, y'all would do it. Y'all would get that done. If it were to have a pet shop on every block of Baltimore City, y'all would get it done. Okay? So that there is still a genocide going on that my taxes are paying for. That is you white people. You could get it done if you wanted to. If you wanted it over, it would be over. We know that. You guys are good. You guys are powerful, okay? And, you know, I am just a black woman, you know, I'm not going to be able to say the same thing and have it hit the same way as a white person speaking to another white person. We all know this. We know it. It's not pretty, but we know it, okay? And so because of that, we're going to have white people start talking to Jewish white people more. I know you don't want to do it. Nobody wants to do it, but you are going to have to, okay? They need to hear it. They need to hear it from you guys, okay? Because they don't believe me. That's what's been going on. They don't believe me, unfortunately. So, I know that a lot of people here, particularly the German Americans amongst us, y'all really are sensitive about anti-Semitism. And in that, I mean, you guys are quick to come up and be like, hey, watch out. You don't want to make sure you're not being anti-Semitic. You want to make sure you're not. It's crazy. Oh my God. The number of white people who keep like coming to me to be like silent on, you know, Palestine in general. Silent on all the anti-blackness that goes on in the country. But the one thing they want to like make sure everyone knows that they have handled, they are going to call it anti-Semitism when they see it. And even when they don't see it, they're still going to call it out just to be safe. They're like, ooh, you know what? This is getting a little bit too close to what I thought I'm not supposed to say, so no. Ridiculous. Yeah, I see there's a lot of like sometimes a white person will be like, you know, don't conflate the actions of Israel with Jewish people worldwide. And I'm like, I don't, but why don't y'all talk to the Zionists about that? The Zionists are always the one who are like, an attack on Israel is an attack on all Jews. Wait a minute. I thought we just said that was anti-Semitic to do. Which is it? So unless you guys are coming up into all of these Zionist DMs and telling them, hey, stop linking Jewish people and Israel, shut the hell up. Y'all are not as good at getting people liberated or not being hateful as you think you are. Unfortunately. All right? Yeah. It's also anti-Semitic to imply that the only place Jewish people can be safe is in Israel. It's anti-Semitic to imply that Jewish people are not safe here. What do you mean? are Jewish people disproportionately likely to be arrested and convicted and incarcerated for longer? Oh, weird. Anyway, just crazy. We're not doing it. A thing and you know why I was thinking about that? Because I think right now we're seeing a lot of white people, being very like, never again. We're here to like make sure no anti-Semitism ever crosses these lips, and we are not going to hold, the actions of some, against all other people. That is not them. These white people are lying to you, Jewish people. It might not be their fault. Their parents and their parents and their parents' parents taught them how to do it. They know not what they do. Okay? But if I were you, Jewish people, I would not trust these white people with their don't hold it against it. That is not how they treat black people. When one black person does a horrible thing, they generalize it to all black people. You know it. That's what you do, white people, okay? And so it's mean to lie to Jewish people and pretend that isn't how y'all are gonna act, okay? Once you get the sign that like, okay, that's too many people of any race being killed, they're gonna turn on you, Jewish people. It's coming. Don't trust these white people. Another thing I know, we have this idea that like, Jewish people aren't white. That's anti-Semitic. Natalie Portman is a white woman. Okay? So stop acting like we don't know how white people are going to act. No offense, white people, but your parents, your grandparents, terrible people. I hate to say it, but that is how you get a settler colony, by a bunch of shittier people than us murdering the people that were already here. Okay? And so it's very strange to see it playing out again. It's just not gonna cut it. Jewish people, these white people are going to judge you all based on the actions of a few. Getting rid of Netanyahu is not gonna cut it. Unfortunately, they're trying to make you think that's gonna be sufficient. It's not. Okay, it's not. And so you guys are gonna have to speak up a lot more. Unfortunately. Yep. Jewish people, white Jewish people, you're all gonna have to speak up a lot more. But it's great because you guys are incredibly powerful people with an innate understanding of oppression and trauma and how to transmute that into beauty. Okay? So the fact that there's still a genocide going on 6 months later means that you guys must not be using those powers accurately. All right? So get it together. Also, okay, it's about to be Easter tomorrow, so I was just thinking that, one, Jesus is so disappointed in us. Like, not even mentioning that we are allowing the Palestinian people, Jesus's people, the original Christians, to be slaughtered. In addition to that, I think the homophobia. I think he's just gonna be really mad about that. He's like, Jesus is just like, y'all think I would want this? Mr. Love thy neighbor as I have loved you. Mr. I hang out with 12 men every day of my goddamn life. You think I would be against homophobia? You think I gave up my weekend for this? Because that is what Easter is. Like, we're supposed to be like, oh, he died for our sins. Y'all, he died on Friday. He came back on Sunday. That is giving up your weekend for us. Ain't that like a man, too? Just like making us all think like they're doing so dang much. They're like, oh, they sacrifice for us, baby. Honey, absolutely not. Anyway, so yes, let us stop leaving these white people to their own devices because we see what they do when we do. We give them a free market, they have slaves. We give them like free internet, they make revenge porn. We give them, you know, a free freaking ethno state, they turn it into a pedophile island. So, you know, if we don't hold them to higher standards, if we leave them to their own devices, it's going to be the end of us all, okay? So for their own good, start being meaner to white people. See ya, dummies.